Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. Good morning, Michael.
Good
Lovely to
morning.
see you. It is mastery. We're still in mastery. We're going to be, yeah.
There's a lot of mastery to be learned. It's funny
Yeah.
since we do mastery. I think about it mastery, and I think there's a lot of it to be learned in mastery because basically mastery is aligned with the one of oneness. So
Yeah.
when you're mastery of one of one, because we all see it different, we see life different perspective.
Yeah.
All the events are natural, right? All the events are neutral. We give a meaning. So our
Mm,
personal meaning and what meaning we give is that's a part of mastery to find the self, the capital S,
yeah. Yeah.
and to actually integrate yourself into humanity.
Mm,
See, if you are told what to do, mastery is the self-taught teaching of what to do, of what to be, of what to exist as what to contribute to humanity.
mm.
So
But to connect with that, you need to sometimes, as we had a quick chat about this, kind of put boundaries in and
oh,
and
absolutely.
quiet things down so that you can focus on what it is that I'm remembering or that I'm
Yes.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because how can you be finding the self, the one of one that you are by nature,
Mm.
which is proven? Otherwise, everybody would have the same DNA, the same thing. I mean, I don't know another person that is exactly like you, and I don't hang out with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you have to make the counterproof. You cannot just say generalization, which
Mm.
is not mastery, to
Mm.
just say, hey, all women are the same, all men are the same, all blacks are the same, all whites are the same, all Asians are the same, all people with cancer are the same. All the generalization is basically business because you have to do less to do more. So you have to,
Yeah.
because our main income are humans, right? That we are, because of our uniqueness,
Mm.
we contribute all to humanity, if we want or not. Whatever we do, we're bad or good, we all contribute to humanity. And when I, as a system, generalize, then I have an easier way to collect as much as possible and exploit humanity as much as possible. And then because we are benevolent beings, because we are herd animal,
Mm.
we just give that up to be mean, feel guilty, feel shame, be shamed
Mm.
and be brought out of balance. Because in balance, we are all like monkeys. We all monkeying around. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at animals and humans. When young kids now, you see it so often on social media. That's really the very positive thing of social media. Little kids work with big horses. They sit on donkeys. They do monkeys. They do everything. And
Mm.
what do everybody does? Monkeying around. See,
Mm.
everybody plays, and we know from the creativity that playing includes, when you play in a context of playing, brings out the most creativity of the group, of the
Yeah.
collaborative group,
Yeah.
or of our context. So we have to make a new advertising for this. When we play, we get it the best out. We get the best effort. Win win win. You know.
Yeah, so I mean that's interesting. Why is it that we learn better through play? We experience each
Yeah.
other better through play because there are no restrictions, because there are no rules. But there are rules in play. There
But
are,
not hard. No, there's no finite.
well,
But see,
yeah, there is agreed upon. We agree on the rules. We don't necessarily kind of take them from the
yeah,
outside. We go, okay, we're playing Monopoly or whatever. We're playing
yeah, no, whatever it is,
Robert,
yeah,
yeah, but we're going to follow the rules like this. So these are the ground rules, and
mm-hmm.
then we can play within it. So we create our own structure. We don't take it from the system necessarily. We use that
Yeah,
influence from, yeah, the rules of the game.
yeah,
If I mean, this is Monopoly isn't necessarily a good example of playing. Playing like what we learn through is more free flow, and still we want rules, you know. It's,
Yeah.
I know Joshua, for example, will always make up his own rules, and then
Yeah.
it changes the game. So we'd start with a certain game, and then he'll bring in some other rules, so then it changes what we're playing, but it brings us together also on a different level, I suppose.
Yeah, because rules actually are copies. That is like we copy and recreate the reality moment by moment, right?
Yeah.
This, a goal is a goal, and you see that in the World Cup too.
Yeah.
A goal is a goal. A goal is not a goal, because if the ball wouldn't hit the wire, England would be 1-1, for example. I'm just saying this is an example. I didn't watch the match, but but it's like a rule is always continuously repeating. While when everybody's playing, it's interpretation. I don't know how you react when we play. When I know the rules, I say Michelle cannot do that, so I
But
can
that gives
use
us
her.
safety, doesn't it? Because now
Yeah,
we know, okay, the rules say, well, if we're going to talk about a game, so you think
yeah,
soccer or football or whatever
yeah,
they call it, um, I don't know it at all, but now I can relate it to rugby. So with
yeah,
rugby, it's not called rules, it's called laws. So the
yeah.
laws of rugby, um, kind of show you that they are dependent on interpretation. So here is
So
the
like a lawyer, there's a lot of rugby lawyers out there.
especially the ones on the couch or in the pub.
Yeah,
But there's a set, whatever, section 2.1 of this law says this. So now how do we interpret it? And at the end of the day, it still depends on what the ref sees and what the ref decides.
yeah.
So
So
there
a
is
collaborative effort.
trust
Yeah,
that comes with that. Yeah.
it's a collaborative effort of the outcome. It's not one person decides you're the winner and you're the loser, but it's the whole thing goes into the pot. They
Mm.
steer it and see what's left,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and
And
and
those
one
are
color won
finite
and the
games.
other one lost.
Yeah.
It's more blue than white, and
Yeah.
so I say the blue one win. Because they've been honest, they have been accurately playing the game. They abided by the rules, all the stuff, so they win. It's perhaps a total new perception of sports.
Mm.
Not
But
just to say
this
win
is
or
the
lose.
difference
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Yeah, that you also mentioned earlier, kind of the finite
yeah,
there's this book we did last year, Finite and Infinite Games, something like that.
yeah.
Something. Which is very good. James Carr, not the cynic one. Um, and it is around kind of finite, which is this, that the
Hmm.
game starts, it's 90 minutes long or 80 minutes long in rugby. There
Yeah,
are two teams, it's 40 minutes aside, these are the rules.
yeah.
It's finite. We know exactly, we've agreed upon it. But then we have infinite,
Hmm.
um, you know, uh,
Yeah,
games which is life really. There isn't necessarily, we don't know we're going to die when we're
yeah,
80, and it doesn't necessarily stop when we die either, or when we stop,
yeah.
or whatever it is. So
Infinite is always more than finite. Finite is very limited, like math. Infinite, you can do all numbers and everything, but there is no infinite. You can't compare math with infinite.
no,
So infinite is its own
yeah,
natural,
but
it's
there's also
consciousness. Yeah,
no restriction to it, infinite.
yeah,
It's not something our brains can necessarily understand, because we have a beginning and an end to most of things.
yeah,
A canvas is so big or so
yeah,
small.
yeah.
um, but within that space, to kind of play with that idea, there's also agreements within that infinite
Hmm.
space. But those are mostly with myself, I think, not
Yeah,
necessarily with the other players, because you might come and go, or I might come and go,
yeah,
because I'm not set to play the 90 minutes or the 90 years,
yeah,
whatever it is that we think is
yeah.
the I'm looking for this word and I can't. It's like a scaffolding, like the structure of it.
Boundaries. It's
Yeah.
it's the boundaries. You got to know, about where you start and stop, where your stuff in every situation, in every position, in every whatever you're playing or being.
Mm.
is somebody says, hey, because this is where we sign contracts, psychic contracts. If not, oh, sign with me, you give me just a little bit of the soul, and then you say, it's okay. But then they say, now, interest and everything, we want to have your soul, and you're done. This is what contracts do. If I only would win this, then I give everything what I have. No, you can never say that because that's your life, So
Yeah.
there needs to be a boundary that that number one, nobody can take anything away from you unless you give it,
Mm.
And that's why the whole political and then the system stuff is people think, okay, that's what I need to know. I'm unaware and give up that,
Yeah.
So I don't believe anybody anything. I always make my own man. I never go automatically. Oh, that must be right. I do this. The older I get, the more I'm think, is this for me? Does it resonate? It doesn't resonate, out. If it resonates, I listen.
Yeah. But yet there's a point of understanding, like culturally, I always think of culturally, there are so many unwritten rules, for example. And I don't always know how to interpret them. Like how are you
I don't either.
But it doesn't matter whether I know or not. It is whether there's an understanding on both ends. We're both living in different cultures than what we grew up with or that we are accustomed to. So to kind of understand how to play within the other people's understanding can be quite tricky because of the concept of
cultural the cultural conditioning. Because
not just that, the understanding, the lenses, it is rude in some cultures to finish your food, for example. Where so now if someone takes offense to that, I can understand why if I know their lens.
Exactly.
And that's also a sense of mastery in that my culture or my belief system or my lenses or whatever it is so unique to me that I need to make space for yours so that we can meet in the middle.
That's adaptation, right? That's the third superpower, adaptation. So we both adapt, and our adaptation is very trained because number one, we're dyslexic extreme, and then we were from two different countries. We live in a country where we weren't born, and that makes us our adaptability. Even though we are neurodiverse, that is very hard to adapt, but makes a strong muscle because we don't take everything on face value. We have we that's why this it's like 89 episodes or whatever because we never know how you react. You don't know how I react. I don't know how you react, but we're comfortable with this. And most people want certainty. Uncertainty is hated, and they want certainty, and they'll rather sell their lives for certainty. And we are not. We are not uncertain. We are uncertain, but we are not. We are not reacting to it because we see. Let's see what's in that uncertainty, and we know we're never given more than we can't handle, and we also know it's all the uncertainty in our lives is about yourself with the S, the capital S. Yeah. It's never about, oh, I was so uncertain because the other people, then you're a victim. So it's also about yourself. So I'm not saying it's your fault that there is earthquake, but you are in a place where there is an earthquake. So why are you in the place in the earthquake? Make the mannering of that. An earthquake isn't neutral. It just is, So make an advantage of that. What can I learn from that earthquake in the moment,
Yeah. And in the same sense, I'm neutral, my existence is neutral. So whether I'm in a physical form or not isn't a good or a bad thing. So
no, there is no good, bad, right, and wrong. There is a good, bad, and right, and wrong in systems because that gives them power to help. But then the system doesn't help anymore. It just exploits the humans.
Yeah.
You know, a politician should be an interface between humans, regular humans like you and me, and the system, so we can navigate and make the system serve us. Tell me which politician thinks like that. That's the definition of a politician. It's an interface of regular people and the system to make the system serve you.
But that's system language, though. That is, how do I trust me? I'm a dealer, you know.
But
Trust me, I'm a
that's
politician.
how you sell it. The
Yeah.
system is sold initially by
Yeah.
served to him, and also by our wishes. We wanted it. We wanted somebody to take care of the horses, some take care of the food, somebody takes care of the kids. We wanted that, you know.
Yeah, but we wanted to take care of the kids and to take
Yeah.
care of the horses. We didn't want other people to fall into the system. We wanted to enhance what's already there, where
Yeah.
the system wants to artificially create roles. You know,
Exactly.
no human should be sitting in a cubicle and crying through their lunch breaks because
Yeah.
life is just, you know.
Yeah.
But also no human should be living, I think, in a chosen existence where they can get to express themselves but live in lack. So there is
Yeah.
an imbalance between both of those, you know, where
Mhm.
where some sell their souls or sell their happiness for the ability to, you know, be
So have
rewarded
certainty,
financially.
have future certainty, and there's no future certainty when you really look at the right now. Certainty is you and I are talking to each other. That's the certainty, the only certainty we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because
That's
nothing, and you know, nothing outside this moment exists. So
exactly.
yeah.
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 And we're constantly making up so we feel safe. We're making past and future up, and that it
But
feels
yet
safe.
we don't do that to feel safe. We often do that to find the things that can go wrong. You know, that's part of the
Yeah.
conditioning. Wake up and
Yeah.
think, oh shit, what am I worried about again? Let me just find those things so that I can feel
Yeah.
that constant, you know, familiarity of the anxiety that lives within.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if we choose to live life, you know, because we kind of been conditioned to think that that's how it is supposed to be. Like it's we were supposed to
Generalization.
live in.
All women need to feel that. All men need to feel that. All men, they have to do this and that. That generalization is we haven't found, when we created systems, we have not discussed deep enough what generalization does to the individual. Because you can only say I am, and I can't be anything more. I am, and that's it, and I can't be anything more. You have to be you to be the most helpful for the humanity, for contributing, expressing, and no, you're contributing your one-on-oneness. I contribute mine. Yeah.
But there is no am in that because I am constantly changing. So I am never one thing.
No, that's not. Yeah, but in the context of the many, I am this, and this is the big I am. You know, the one-on-oneness, and that comes out when you go and change all the time. You know, that comes out. So therefore, you need to let go because you cannot just hold on something that happened an hour ago and hold on to that and hold on and recreate it. No. Because you recreate in the context. Let's say somebody was calling a prank call or something, or my computer just broke, and I pulled that put it back into our conversation. That's not doing anything because I'm recreating that emotional trauma. Let it go. You know, whatever it was big or low. Also, if it was good, let's say somebody give me a check with $1 million. I cannot be here. I cannot be here and say, "Oh, who are you, Michelle?" I don't need, no, this other talk is still the talk in the moment,
Yeah.
no matter how good. I mean, you weren't happy when you came in, but
Mm.
you gotta let that go because it's just an emotion anyway. It's energy in motion,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To be present, I think, is the ultimate mastery. To be present
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
every single moment.
Good bringing
And
back. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, and this is what our children are being unlearned. I don't know, there's a better word, but with watching the kids and the world that they live in, um, they don't know how to be, they do know how to be present because their mother takes their phone away or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
forces them to go
Yeah.
outside or whatever. But um, it isn't a natural thing for them to just be present. They have to make a bigger choice almost to distance themselves from all this noise, which is an interesting thing I think that we're going to see unfold within our societies and within our
Hmm.
relationships and within our ways of communicating.
Hmm.
I mean, even the ways that movies work, or even the ways that people create engagement with audiences, wherever it is, has
Hmm.
changed over the past 5 years, in that
Hmm.
everything's shorter because I need to find just a little gap to come in, but no one's really present. Like no one is really just sitting and going,
Hmm.
okay, let's see where this conversation goes, because there is this constant pull towards where's the next thing? What am I going to do? Where's my dopamine rush? When am I going to, there's no quiet, or not enough for me, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I realize every day that the more I interact with humans or animals or living beings, the more I mean I learn so much. I learn more, and this is my dopamine because I grow more and more and more.
Mm.
And I said this is priceless. I mean I say this in our group therapy all the time. I say this is priceless. How can you pay what just happened? How can you pay for that?
Mm.
You and I, every time we afterwards, we said, amazing. We weren't prepared. We didn't, nothing. We just were beings that interacted. And, that comes to communication, which I want to do a series two on communication.
Yeah.
And because it's so hard for us. You and I know that. So I have a friend, his name is Scott, and he is wonderful because he's a neurodiverse son that is also 30 already or 40. And he knows how to talk to explain that you help. And he has there's never an argument. We work every Sunday, wash his car, do the thing. We never have an argument because he knows how to talk to me. He
Mm.
gets angry, but he when I don't understand, but
Yeah.
but he takes responsibility for that anger. He says, "I'm sorry, Michael. This is what I meant."
Yeah.
And communication is so hard because I know when you and I talk, I don't know if it's us, but I think when people talk in person, it's 36% that they actually exchange all the information. When
Yeah.
they when they text when they write is 11, text is 4. I
Mm.
mean, how can this even work? So it's all interpretation of self, the mastery, the interpretation. Oh, in this situation I'm doing this, in that situation I'm doing that. So
Yeah.
it's experiences sucked in and analyzed and made in patterns and whatever. For me,
Yeah.
see, you can say that pattern was totally chauvinistic, blah blah blah, and for me it was like I didn't see it like that. I felt like that was different, or it's I can say that was not a good example because I could say as a man you couldn't, you conditioned to be chauvinistic. But I could say, oh, this was so not about what I expected about this meal.
Yeah.
And I could see it as said, I don't know, I don't like fish, but this was so good.
Yeah.
This fish was so okay. So I can see it totally different.
Mm.
So it's always you. It's always you that you are, and also we are. It's always both. It's a win-win situation. The balance forces you to win-win when everybody contributes. I mean, in group therapy, our thing is like at the beginning it was all, my wife left me, this wasn't all this whining. And now it's no whining. Everybody just contributes because it's long. It's like 15 years old, that group, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's nobody stays that it cannot reflect. That people want to whine. But I think also it's the consciousness, is also our time change. Today, I see how people communicate. It's different. It's not like, you don't want to be a whiner, right? You don't want to, and also you're a victim, conditioned as, victim is power. So control, power, and victim. But in real, all the dissolving is in love. In what can I give to Michelle? What can Michelle give me? What can contribute to the whole, And that dissolves all our frustrations and everything,
Yeah. And therefore, I have to bring it back to Ubuntu. It's such a beautiful saying, and it's such a real concept for me. It's I am because we are.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, exactly.
a connection between us, because that just
the
makes
balance. Yeah.
a balance.
The one with capital and the one with small, and you have to put the balance in. And that's boundaries. You hold the balance with boundaries, because I cannot go there yet. I know perhaps Michael can, but I cannot go, or Michelle can, but I cannot go there yet. I have to be the boundary. I have 2 kids. I have to take care of the kids. I cannot do what Michael does. So no, right now, and I cannot do what you do right now. So
it's beautiful, because that's stepping out of that comparison where we aren't the same, and yet we can value the differences in each other.
Yeah, when we see you are different than me, when I say, oh, you're not a white woman that lives in England, you're something else. No, you are one being that is different than me. And that is a one of one. And through that, there's so much coming in. Because when I look at you at that, except that, I can look at you as a housewife, as a sex model, or whatever. I can look at you in the very different ways. But then I'm cutting you already short. So I say, she's different. Whatever she is, let me find out. What is the interest? Why am I interested? What is attracted me to Michelle? Both dyslexic, there wasn't sex or anything, or she's, I could get something from her. There wasn't thing. But I was just interested in your being, and that's why we think we can both grow and get something out of it the most, because we're giving and we're getting, we balance, giving out to each other and therefore to humanity. Because if you just think, no, woman cannot allow that, or I say, now for men, this is ridiculous. I'm not speaking for other men. You're not speaking for other women. You're speaking for yourself,
Yeah. And I think that's such an important thing that we forget sometimes, especially in roles, whatever the role is. That is a lot more, because you only see versions of me that you choose to see, and I only see versions of you that I choose to see, because we only know certain aspects of each other, and those aspects are seen through our lenses, or what we think. There's a beautiful quote, and I can't never remember who it is, but it's like, I am not who you think I am who you think I am, something like that. I think but anyway, it's a perspective. It's not who I am, and I don't have to become what I think you think I am, for me.
Or what I expect. What I don't expect anything. That's the other thing. When you say, oh, she is sexy, so therefore I expect she and I have a relationship. No, we don't. That has nothing to do with it. So I don't interpret, oh, Michelle has to do this, she has to be this, she has to be, or you don't interpret in me. Just being in the moment at that time when we meet. And that's it. And when you have that with everybody, then your life is full. And you can't pay for it. You cannot, there's no money for that.
No. And that's a beautiful place to stop, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mastery is presence. Presence is mastery, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is. It just mastery. Just I think it's the piece of what is.
Yeah.
Mastery is a good thing. It's the piece of what being in peace of what is.
Yeah.
Is mastery. Not saying, oh, let's say, I need to chop wood and carry water. No, this is not mastery. I need to be better. And then mastery is distorted. And then mastery, no, it's chopping wood, carrying
chopping wood
water.
and carrying water. It's mastery. It is before.
Exactly.
Yeah. Before awakening.
Because every time is different.
Yes.
You chop wood and carry water, and you see the difference in the chopping wood and carrying water. If you do it 300 years, I don't care.
Exactly.
We find the difference.
Yes.
So you never say, oh, that's normal. I don't need to concentrate. No, I need to be fully here with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do when chopping wood and carrying.
Yeah. And that's mastery. 89 episodes, no preparation. We just talk.
Mm.
And we found out it's the most rewarding thing because so much comes in. And when I re-listen, I have two episodes. I found another thing that I just want to drop. The people that says, I read all those books.
Mm.
And I say, how can you read all those books? And I have to read books like 10 times, 20 times to understand what it is. See, mastery, you read it again and again, you read something, see something else.
Yeah.
Because every moment is different, right?
Yeah.
And so my mom was one of these people that just read, and she had to buy 5 books all the time. She didn't go in, and she was wise and everything, but that's not it. That's not it. How many books you read. It's about how many things, what you experience and experience again, and then see. Oh, my experience was really gruesome first, and now I kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's mastery too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Life is good, right? Life is good. Just look at from your perspective, from the right perspective. That's it.
Yeah, or yours. There is no right. Just yours.
Yours, not right.